Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, coming at you guys with part 2 of my current Nintendo 64 collection. So we're going to dive right in, see what games we have on the list for today, and share a little bit of gameplay footage. So, come along. Doom 64 was released by Midway in 1997, and this takes classic Doom, puts it onto the N64, and gives it kind of a 64-bit facelift. So it's same gameplay that you know and love from other Doom games, just with kind of a reskinning to it. And I mean, it's fun. If you like Doom, you should like this game. Up next, we have Dr. Mario 64, released by Nintendo in 2001, and this game, of course, plays exactly like any Dr. Mario game. They do add some different gameplay modes and things like that. They add some extra settings, and of course, they give you that 64-bit reskin, but overall, it is the same core gameplay, and it's just as fun as ever. And here we have Duke Nukem 0 Hour, released by Eurocom in 1999. And this game, I felt like it didn't really play that well. The controls were kind of clunky. I always used to play Duke Nukem on PC, so maybe that's why. Moving to the single joystick action, I don't know, I really wasn't feeling this game all that much. But overall, I mean, it looks okay. Next up is Earthworm Jim 3D, released by VIS Entertainment in 1999, and gotta be honest, I think this game looks awful. I mean, I was always used to the 2D platforming style of Earthworm Jim, and those games are awesome. This one, I mean, I think it just looks horrible, and camera angles are off. It does not play well. And here we have Excitebike 64 by Left Field Productions, released in the year 2000. And this game is exactly what you would expect. It is Excitebike. It is in full 3D with all its N64 jagged edge glory. And overall, I mean, the game plays pretty well. It was a little hard to get used to the controls at first, but once I got them down, the game was actually really fun. And even though the draw distance isn't great, I mean, I still liked it. Here we have Extreme G, released by Probe Entertainment in 1997. And this one is, I don't know, kind of like a super futuristic cycle game. I mean, the graphics and physics in it are pretty good. The overall gameplay is okay. It does get pretty fast and sped up at times, but overall, I mean, it was actually a pretty fun game. And here we have F-Zero X, released by Nintendo in 1998. And this one is essentially F-Zero that you know and love from the Super Nintendo with a full 3D upgrade. The controls are a little wonky at first, but overall, once you get into the game, once you figure out what you need to do to drive and everything, then it actually plays really well, and it's actually a fun game. Up next is Fighter's Destiny, released by Imagineer in 1998, and this game, as you can see, it is a 3D fighting game. It looks like they're trying to go very like Virtua Fighter with it, and I gotta say, I don't think they really pulled it off. I mean, the game is faster paced in a Virtua Fighter game, but overall the graphics are just not that great, and it looks really actually just jagged. Up next is Fighting Force 64, released by Core Design in 1999. And this game, I actually have Fighting Force on many different consoles, and I've covered it in other collection videos. This is the same thing, just on the Nintendo 64. I think the graphics and lighting are actually a bit better in this game. It's not as dark, but overall, I mean, it's the same Fighting Force game. If you played one, they're pretty much all the same. Up next is a classic, and that is Gauntlet Legends, released by Midway in 1998. This game, you pick whatever different class you want, warrior, wizard, all that kind of stuff. Right here, I am playing as a wizard, going through the first level, and you go around, you defeat the baddies, you go on an RPG adventure, and I mean, this game is awesome. I prefer the arcade version of it, but still, the N64 version is just on point. Now up next we have Gek 64, Enter the Gecko, released by Realtime Associates in 1998, and unfortunately I had a lot of problems getting the footage to capture for this. It kept kind of glitching out, but this is much like Gex on any of the other platforms of this era. Although I will say, unlike, say, on the PlayStation, it is much brighter, which I really like in games. I like to be able to see everything going. And here we have the Hardcore ECW Revolution, released by Acclaim Entertainment in 2000. And this is another one of those WWE-style games. It's not that great, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not a huge wrestling game fan anyways, But from what I can tell, this is not the one that you actually want to play on N64. There are better ones. So hopefully, as we go through these collection videos, I'll be able to get a chance to play something like a No Mercy or something like that. Up next is Hey You Pikachu, released by Nintendo in 1998. And unlike things like Pokemon Snap or, just other Pokemon games that were on these kind of systems, this one, it just takes the gimmick to a whole new level, and it doesn't really work that well either. I mean, as you can see right now, I'm having a ton of trouble just getting the mic to initialize. It's not that great. And here we have Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, released by Stormfront Studios in 1999. And much like other Hot Wheels games, especially from this same era, the game is actually pretty fun. I mean, it controls a little wonky at times, but overall, I would say it was a pretty pleasant experience playing through this game and getting to just play as some like cool futuristic looking Hot Wheels cars. Here's another classic, and that is Hydro Thunder, released by Eurocom in 2000. And if you've played one Hydro Thunder game, you've essentially played them all because they all have the same mechanics, but that's okay because this game, right from the beginning, has always just been amazing. I love the Hydro Thunder series. I've played pretty much every version and variation of it, and I'll never go back. I love these games. Up next, we have Iggy's Reckin Balls, released by Iguana Entertainment in 1998. And this game, I don't know, it's kind of a racing game, but it's got a weird, like, 2.5D kind of vibe to it, and honestly, I didn't really understand what was going on. I couldn't figure out how to jump and stuff. Maybe I just got to get better at the controls. But overall, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird game. Kind of fun, I guess. Up next, we have International Track and Field 2000, released by Konami in 2000. And if you've ever played a track and field kind of game, it is essentially the same thing, just in 3D. So you have all of your different events and things like that that you got to run through. And depending on how well you do will depend on your overall score at the end and will determine if you get to place on the podium or not. Now, here's an awesome one. That is Jet Force Gemini, released by Rare in 1999. And this is from the golden age of Rare and Nintendo partnerships happening. This is just another really fun game. Think of like an early version of like a Halo kind of game. So very futuristic, lots of different weapons and abilities, things like that. Taking out the baddies, awesome 3D levels, fun story, just a great game overall. And here we have Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, released by HAL Laboratory in 2000. And this is like the most 3D Kirby that I have ever played. I've played all the modern Kirbys, things like that. But this one, they really went out of their way to polygon the crap out of this game. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I don't know. I think they could have done a better job even at this time. But overall, it was still a fun entry in the Kirby franchise. Up next, we got Knockout Kings 2000, released by Black Ops Entertainment in 1999. And unless I just don't know how to play the game very well, this was just nothing but button mashing. Yeah, you could change up what hits you were doing, but that's really all you did was just go through and push the buttons a lot trying to knock out your opponent. I mean, it wasn't really that fun to me. Up next, we got another classic Lego game, and that is Lego Racers, released by High Voltage Software in 1999. And although this game does look a little rough around the edges, it's to be expected from the era that it came from. It's definitely not as smooth as modern day games or anything like that, but this game is actually a lot of fun, and even though it's a generic kart racer, it actually let you fully customize any of your karts that you wanted to do. So that was pretty cool for the time. And here we have Looney Tunes Duck Dodgers, released by Paradigm Entertainment in 2000. And this game is actually a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed the Looney Tunes style games, like even on the NES and Super Nintendo, things like that. And this, I just get to take it on a 3D adventure. And I mean, who doesn't love Daffy Duck? I mean, the game it plays okay for the story, but overall, I mean, it is fun. Time for Madden Fest. We're starting with Madden Football 64, released by EA in 1997. And as you can see, it is a 3D football game. I am no good at these games. I don't understand how to play them. I barely understand the game itself. I know that you get the ball from one end of the field to the other, and that's essentially it.
I have no idea what is on the screen right now with all these lines and X's and O's. There's Madden NFL 99, released by EA in 1998, you know, always a year before. And, oh, look, it's more sports ball players. Yep, that's the Broncos. Yeah, that's my dad's team, apparently. And there they go. They're playing the football game. I don't understand the point of these games. I don't know why sports games are so popular. I mean, me personally, I just don't have fun with them at all. You guessed it, another one, Madden NFL 2000, released by EA in 1999. And this one, honestly, I think it looks worse than the one before it. I don't know. There's a better draw distance going on, but overall, I mean, the players look more boxy and not anywhere near as 3D. It's very strange. Gotta differentiate. Here's Madden NFL 2001, released by EA in 2000, and it's in a blue cart. And no, I did not pay $2 for it like the price tag suggests. I paid a lot less. These were all bargain bin games, and if I wanted a complete N64 collection, I had to get them. Luckily, I was able to get all the Madden games for like $3 total. Hey, look, it's different again. Now it's Madden NFL 2002 in a black cartridge. It was released by EA in 2001, and yep, it's more sports ball. I still have no idea what's going on the screen. The playthings look a little nicer. The players definitely look nicer than Madden NFL 2000, but honestly, I think 99 is the one that looked the best out of any of these.
So there you have it, everyone. That is everything that is currently in part 2 of my Nintendo 64 collection. Now, did you guys notice any games that were missing off the list so far? Please let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.